Good morning and happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Easter as well. And thank you guys for joining me today on this Sunday morning. Today I have a little bit of a personal practice to share with you, a little vinyasa yoga session. And I want to start off by taking a moment to just meditate and sit with ourselves for a bit here. So why don't you go ahead and find a comfortable seat to start off. Allow the eyes to softly close. If it's comfortable, breathe in and out through your nose. Otherwise, breathe with your mouth when needed. Begin to bring your awareness inwards to your breath. Notice how your breath feels and where it is in your body. Begin to relax your jaw and allow your tongue to rest on the roof of your mouth. Relax the space in between your eyebrows and slowly start to deepen your breath, bringing it deeper into your belly. As you inhale, feel your belly expand like a balloon. As you exhale, feel your navel draw toward your spine. As your breath draws deeper into your belly, there is very little movement, if any, from the chest. We are now doing what's called the yogic breath or belly breath. This allows for the deepest kind of breathing, replenishing the body and mind, and preparing it for your yoga practice. Begin to inhale to a breath of 5 and exhale to a breath count of 5, counting your own 5 deep breaths. Slowly start to return to a normal, comfortable pace of breathing. Bring your hands to heart center and take a moment to set an intention for your movement practice today. You may also dedicate this to someone or something. And with that thought, we'll open our class with one deep Om, starting with a deep inhalation, long exhalation, and inhale for Om. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhalation, open your eyes. Excellent. Let us begin our movement practice in tabletop position. Working through our spine, we're going to ground the floor with our hands, knees, and feet here. Letting the belly drop and lifting the chest and chin. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Long breath through the mouth as we curl in and round that spine. And let us repeat that motion as we move back into our cow posture, taking a deep breath in and long breath out as we exhale, draw the abdominals in, rounding the body back into the angry cats. And we'll repeat this one more time at your own pace. Inhale your way to a centered back. Bring your right foot forward. And just take a moment to lengthen your spine here. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And as you focus on holding this posture, taking in your breaths, see if you can work on keeping your back as straight as possible. Working on lengthening through the base of the spine all the way to the crown of the head. One more deep breath here. Inhale, work the right foot back, and we'll do the same for the opposite leg. Take the left foot forward, plant the hands next to that left foot, lengthening through the spine here, nice tall crown here. Take a deep breath in and long breath out. One more time. Very nice. Now from here, take your left leg back to meet with the right foot in downward facing dog. And then from here, you're just gonna work on pushing your hands back towards your feet, slowly working your way into your forward bend, allowing the spine and the crown of the spine to fall real heavy towards the floor, relaxing the hands and arms, taking your time to really enjoy this nice back stretch. Working on a deep breath count of 3 here as you inhale and exhale in this forward bend. We're taking our time this morning to warm up, really feel the postures that we'll start with here, and then we'll pick things up in a moment. But for now, just enjoy this nice, yummy forward bend. Begin to soften the knees. Tuck your chin into your chest. And like a rag doll, bring your spine up one vertebrae bone up at a time. Inhale the arms overhead. And exhale the hands to heart center. Inhale, swan dive, arms come up. Exhale, release them down to the floor. Bring the hands down. You can bend your knees and sit. Step back into your plank. And then push into downward facing dog. Deep breaths here. Work on grounding yourself through the mounds of your hands, extending the arms, stretching the shoulders and the back. Working on pressing with your fingertips to push your chest closer to your thighs, keeping your sit bone up nice and tall, and allowing the heels to drop gently towards the floor to stretch out the back of the legs. Breathe here for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come onto your tiptoes and like a wave, round your body forward into a plank. Pause here for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees, chest and chin to the floor. And slowly slide your body forward using your hands to press into the ground. Lift the chest up, small cobra. Pressing through the hands for a nice little back bend here. Taking some oxygen and breathe while holding the small cobra. Let's do one more deep breath here. Now lower the chest to the floor. Actively push your way back up into your plank and step with both feet all the way back up into a standing position and forward fold. Bend the knees. Sit back with your hips, tuck your chin into your chest, and once again, coming up nice and slowly like a rag doll. Inhaling the arms overhead. Exhaling the hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Swan dive down. Inhale, hold up halfway. Exhale, release back into the forward bend. Step back into plank. Hold that plank nice and sturdy. Drive the hips up as you push your chest towards your thighs to move into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, like a wave, we're going to roll the body forward into the plank. And this time we're going to slowly lower the hips first, then the stomach, chest, and chin. Slide your hands up to pass your head, and then extend your arms to come up a little taller into that cobra. Squeezing your glutes and pressing the hips into the floor to ground yourself and lengthen through the spine. Big breaths here. Lower your chest to the floor. Slide the hands back down to your chest and push yourself back into the plank. And this time step up with the opposite foot first. Forward bend. Inhale, look up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release. And this time, we will move into a seated squat with the arms overhead in order to come back up slowly. Exhale the hands down to heart center. And inhale, arms back up. Still warming up here, swan dive. Inhale, look up halfway up, flat back. Release and forward bend. Plant the hands on the ground and step back into your plank position. This time, we're bending and dropping the chest only. Down to the floor. And inhale your way up into upward facing dog. Chest comes back down, curl the toes, and push your way back into downward facing dog. Take the right leg up into the air, bend the knee, and see if you can stack the right hip over the left without letting your body shift, keeping the shoulders nice and sturdy without them letting move too much. Now take that right knee and drive it right across the right pec. Squeeze tightly and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the right foot and plant it in between your hands. From here, take the left knee down and lift the arms up and take them back to open up the front body in this slow lunge. Take a nice deep breath here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Once again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time, keeping your heart open here, leading through the chest. Very nice. Bringing the hands back down. Step the right leg back into downward facing dog. Wave your body into the plank. Hold the plank, take it to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take your left leg into the air this time. Stretch it out, bend the knee, and stack the left hip over the right one this time. Once again, checking in with our arms and shoulders, keeping them as neutral and steady as possible. And from here, we're going to thread the left knee across the body to the left pec as we move into our plank and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant the left foot in between the hands, lower the back knee, and lift the arms up and back. Low lunge. Deep breaths here, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Very nice. Bring the hands back down to the floor. Step that left leg back. And we'll work our way back into downward facing dog and go through our flow, moving from down dog into our plank, holding the plank nice and strong here. Lowering the chest to the floor. See if you can hover over your mat, nice and strong. Point the toes and then push into upward facing dog. And then exhale, curl the toes, lift the seat back into downward facing dog. Take a big step up to the top of your mat. And forward bend. Inhale, look up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Reverse swan, inhale, come all the way up. Inhale, the arms overhead, and then exhale, the hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up, swan dive, take it back down. Inhale, look up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Bring the hands to your mat, step back into your plank. Take it to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take that right leg up again. Stack the right hip over the left. Drive that right knee through the chest and plant the right foot in between your hands. This time, working on your high lunge, the back leg will stay straight. Now, from here, try to find your balance by grounding through the legs like the root of a tree and lift your arms up overhead. See if you can find stillness and balance in this pose by connecting to your core and balancing through your feet. If it helps, you can focus your drishti point, eyesight, on a very specific point to help you with your balance throughout some of these postures today. One more deep breath here. And bring the hands down, back to the floor. Bring the right leg back to plank. Hold your plank. Lower slowly to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale, come up. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And yes, you guessed it right. Going to the opposite side. Don't want you to be lopsided now. Left leg comes up. I bend the knee and stack the left hip over my right. Drive the left knee across your stomach and chest. Hold and then plant the foot in between your hands. Take the arms up. Find strength and balance through the legs, through the spine, and through your drishti point. If this feels rather easy for you, see if you can hold this posture with your eyes closed. Focus on deepening your breath, staying connected at all times. Your breath will always be there for you, even during times of adversity. And if you find that your mind starts to drift, just remember you can always come back to your breath. Bring the hands down, step back, move into plank, and bottom of the push-up, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step up to the top of your mat. Forward bend. Inhale, look up halfway. Flat back. Exhale, release. Forward bend. Bend the knees, sit back into your squat, hold the arms over your head, and then squat your way up, and then back. Hands to heart center. And swan dive once again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release, forward bend. You can jump or step back into your plank. Take it to the bottom. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your right leg up and plant that right foot in between your hands. Now take a look at your back foot and externally rotate it until you can plant the heel on the floor. Both heels should be in line on the same axis. And then from here, I'm going to drive strength through my legs, particularly the front leg, and I'm going to come up into my warrior one. Hold the warrior pose nice and strong here, working on opening up the body across from the left hip flexor to the front of the stomach, chest, shoulders, arms. Very nice. Bring the hands to heart center. Straighten out your front leg. Work your left arm around your back and reach back with your right arm. Bend the right knee and hold reverse warrior. Come back up from reverse warrior. Keep the hands out to your sides and working into warrior two. Nice strong posture here. One, my right arm is looking out in front of me, my left arm out behind me. My gaze is over my right finger, middle finger. Very nice. Lengthen the right leg once again. Bring the right hand down to meet the right ankle or shin. Left arm goes straight up towards the ceiling, and our gaze turns now to look over the left shoulder. Triangle pose. Hold this position for 3 to 5 breaths. Turn your gaze down towards your right foot and bring your body back up into warrior two, warrior one. Hands to prayer and come all the way back down. And vinyasa flow. Plank, chaturanga. Upward facing, Urdhva Mukha. Downward facing, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Keep your attention and awareness on your breath. Notice how your body is beginning to feel. Perhaps a little warmer, a little more pliable. Perhaps a little more balanced and stable. And with that, we'll keep working on the left side. Left leg comes up. Drive the left knee across the chest into plank. Plant the left foot in front, in between the hands. Bring your awareness to the right foot. Externally rotate the hip and anchor down through the right heel. Inhale the arms up. Warrior one. Hold here. Steady and breathing. Begin to straighten your left leg. Work your right arm behind the back and reach back with your left arm as you bend the left knee and hold in reverse warrior. Inhale your way back up into warrior two. Left arm in front of the body, across the left shoulder, right arm behind the body, across the right shoulder. Gaze is over the left shoulder, bending the left knee, working through strengthening the legs, opening the lungs, and strengthening the shoulders. Deep breaths here. Begin to straighten your left leg and drop the left hand down towards your left ankle or shin. Look over the right shoulder as your right fingertips are shooting straight up to the ceiling. And hold the triangle pose for 5 deep breaths. Creating space, using your breath to direct it to any particular part of the body that feels like it's tense or like it's holding stagnant energy. See if you can use the breath to open these places up and create new room to move, new energy for us to use. Bring your gaze down to your left foot and slowly work your way back to reverse warrior. From reverse warrior, back to warrior two. From warrior two, back to warrior one. And hands down to heart center. Bring it down to the floor. And work your way back into your flow. Bottom of the push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. This time, exhale into your child pose with your feet together and your knees nice and wide. Let the ribs sink in between the legs. Allow your forehead to make contact with the floor. And use your fingertips to pull and stretch your shoulders and arms a little further. Breathe here and rest. Inhale and bring your gaze up to your hands. Grip them down nice and strong here. Curl the toes from under and extend the legs, working your way back into downward facing dog. Bend the knees and load your downward facing dog, bringing the knees as close to the mat as you can, but without touching. Hover over and then extend. Bring the right leg and plant it next to your right hand. Right hand will reach out and twist around and over the back. Open up that right shoulder and chest. Inhale, bring that right arm back. Take that right leg back into down dog. Load the dog. We're in the loaded beast position. Inhale your way back up. Left leg comes next to the left hand. Reach with the left hand. Rotate, bring it around, across the body, behind the back, towards the left, right hip, and peel the left shoulder blade back, looking over that left shoulder. Inhale, work the left shoulder back around. Good. Very nice, guys. Take the left leg back, load the beast once again. This time, we're bringing both legs up next to our hands, and we're working our way into Mulasana, deep squat. You can do this with your feet nice and wide and your toes turned out. You can also do this with your feet a little closer. Okay, whatever feels more comfortable for you. But I do want to challenge you to try to keep your heels on the ground while you're in this posture. And we're going to hold here for about, I don't know, how much time do we have left in this class? 20 minutes? Let's see if we can hold this for 20 minutes. I know, ouch. Just kidding. We're not going to stay here for that long. But to make things a little bit more comfy, because I do want to spend a little bit of time here, is we're just going to kind of move in this squat pattern where we shift our body from one side to the other. Okay, so basically what I'm doing here is transitioning my weight from one leg into the other, and I'm allowing my heel to lift up. Okay, I can also use my hand on the floor to help me a little bit. You should feel very animalistic here, like you're bounding a little bit, like a gorilla, right? So we're opening up the hips like crazy here in this deep squat variation. And we're just gonna work our way back to center. Okay, and we're gonna place the hands down in front. From here, I'm gonna slowly work my feet a little closer to each other so that I can better position myself for an arm balance. You may have seen or heard of this before. It's the crow pose. You can also try the crane pose, which is very similar. But from here, I'm going to simply transition body weight from my legs into my arms. And as I do so, I'm rocking my body back and forth so that I can feel the energy exchange between my legs and my arms. And as I start to build a little bit more confidence here, I want to bring my knees to make contact with my elbows or my armpits so that I can begin to create a little bit of reciprocal pressure through the elbows and knees to help me keep a nice form for my elbows and knees as I work into my arm balance. So with time, I'm going to slowly begin to lift one foot at a time. During my rocks, as I'm transitioning my weight into my arms, I'm lifting one foot at a time to give me a little sense of feeling of what it would be like to do a modified arm balance. And then if you feel comfortable with yourself here, keeping your gaze looking forward, see if you can bring both feet up. And we'll hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you have any other arm balances in your practice, you can take time to do those now while you're in this position. Otherwise, you'll simply rock back onto your feet, allow your knees to fall forward, and relax. Whew. Very nice. Way to work, guys. If you did this for the first time and surprised yourself, good job. If not, please, without judgment, look at your practice as something that's going to continue to progress. It is not something that's meant to be perfect. We're simply doing this to slow down the internal system of the body a little bit by just working on bridging the gap between the mind, the body, and the energetic system. Okay. So from here, we'll kick the legs out to the side and we'll move into a nice back bend here. So we'll start off in a supine position. And I'm going to work on bridging through my hips first with my arms to the side. Now first, I'm going to try to bring my heels as close to my hips as I can. As I lift the hips, I'm going to bring my awareness to my shoulder blades. And I'm going to pinch them back nice and tightly so that I can get a little bit more height, but also to open up my chest a little bit more. Once I get that extra height, I'm going to hold the bridge here for 10 seconds, working through the hips, activating my core and glutes, and just connecting this movement with my breath. Keep holding the bridge for another breath. And now slowly lower the hips down and relax. So this was the bridge on the floor, step 1 of a back bend or a full wheel. The second step we're going to come back to the bridge. Same landmarks that I was holding before, glutes engaged, core engaged, shoulder blades pinched nice and tight. And from here, I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to plant them next to my head. My fingertips should be pointing back down towards my heels or shoulders, and my elbows should be pointing straight up to the ceiling. Now from here, you're going to push through the feet and your hands to simply get your head to the floor, the crown of the head pressing down into the floor. And this is going to be the second step to your full wheel. And we're going to hold here for 10, 9, 8, make sure you're still breathing, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly tuck your chin into your chest. Allow the neck and upper back to rest first, and then slowly bring the rest of your spine down. Catch your breath, take a moment to breathe, take a moment to rest. Step number 3, we're going to now extend the arms while we're in step number 2 to go for the full wheel. So lift the hips back up, Pinch the shoulder blades nice and tight. Place the hands next to your head. Fingers looking at your shoulders, elbows pointing up to the ceiling. Get the crown of the head to make contact with the floor. And then from here, extend the arms and work your way up into full wheel. And we'll hold here for 10 seconds. Keep breathing. Take in one more deep breath, and then begin to lower down. Whew. That's a very energizing pose. One of my favorites. Bring the knees up and curl the body to stretch out that backside. You can draw small circles at the knees. And first those circles. Now from here, we're going to work into a shoulder stand. So what I want you to do is I want you to curl the legs up very slowly. See if you can get your hands underneath the hips to slowly lift. Now from here, we can work on adjusting the shoulder stand by moving into plow pose and allowing the legs to come over the head. Adjust your shoulders. And you can hold this posture for a few breaths. While you're in the plow pose, make sure that you can still breathe. And when you're ready, bring the legs up, get your hands under the hips, and work your way into shoulder stand. Bring the feet down and slowly roll your way back up. From here, we'll move into a shin box position where the front leg is at 90 degrees and so is the right leg. From here, you're going to ground through your fingertips, framing the front leg. You're going to lift the chest up as proud as you can, and then exhale and bring the chest down to the floor, working on opening up that left hip. Stay here, breathing and directing energy into that left hip. Inhale your way back up. And from here, twist all the way towards your left. Bring your forearms down and then open up the right arm and thread it underneath the left armpit for a big spinal twist. Hold this position, keeping your abdominals slightly engaged and staying connected to the rhythm of your breath. Keep holding here for another count of 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rotate your way back out and slowly push yourself with your left arm, working your way to the opposite leg. What I'm going to do here is take the left ankle and pull it in to my right hip. I'm going to take the back leg and I'm bringing this around the left knee. From this position, I'm going to work my way into a spinal twist by bringing my right hand behind me and bringing my left arm across the chest directly into the right knee so that I can pressure against it to twist. Keep your gaze over the right shoulder while you're in the twist and breathe here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the twist and allow the legs to unpretzel themselves, slowly working on bringing your left leg behind you this time and keeping the right one in front of you. I'm going to frame the front leg with my hands once again on this side, working through my spine, lifting up through the crown of my head, and then slowly folding forward, bringing my sternum across my right leg. Find a position here that works for you. Not all postures are performed equally, so it will be up to you to tune in to the physical body and to your breath to determine what positions may feel comfortable or uncomfortable for you. Part of this movement exploration is about really exploring and discovering more about yourself. In this way, we're able to take better care of our body, of our mind, and of our spirit. Inhale your way back up and twist all the way to the right this time, bringing the forearms down. Open the left side up and then twist it down and thread it through the right armpit. Slowly working your way into a spinal twist. And hold here for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Untwist the body and push yourself right back up with your right arm. Drag the right leg in and take the left leg up and around the right knee. From here, work the left arm behind you. Take the right arm up and over the chest, pressing it against the left knee to work your way into a spinal twist, this time looking over the left shoulder. Find your breath. Take a moment to experience your inhalations and your exhalations and everything in between. Hold for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release and allow the legs to undo themselves. Slowly straightening out your legs out to the side. Now from here, I'm working in my straddle position. Again, I'm keeping my spine nice and long. And this time I'm using my arms to reach over towards my feet, starting with my left hand, reaching over laterally towards my right foot. I'm going to inhale my way back up to center, and then exhale and reach the left foot with my right hand. And we'll repeat. Inhale back up, and exhale, reach. Inhale, and exhale. One more time on each side. Beautiful. Now take it down the middle, reaching down with your hands and your chest, and see how low you can go. Once again, without any judgment or over analyzing on what you can or cannot do. We simply just do and move here. So just reach forward and take your time to explore the depth of this posture as you move downward towards the floor. Maybe you can reach out towards the bottom of your feet, heels. Maybe you can bring your hands underneath the legs and extend them past the feet, planting your stomach and chest on the ground. Wherever you are, just remember, this is your practice and it serves for you only. Hold here, taking in nice, deep cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through your mouth. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly work your way back up. Bring the legs together. And now from here, I want you to spread your butt cheeks a little bit here to ground yourself at the center of your sitting bones. And from here, I want you to visualize the crown of the head covering over the bowl of your pelvis. And I want you to keep that in mind as we move into a forward bend here, remembering to keep that crown looking over the bowl at all times. Inhale the arms up, lengthen, exhale, and reach as far forward as you can, lowering the hands towards your legs or the ground, and bringing the head in as close to your legs as possible. Pause for a second here. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, reach in again. Focus on keeping your legs as active as possible. The toes are flexed up towards your shins. Your quadriceps are engaged, locking out the knees as best as you can. And lowering your chest to your legs, engaging the abdominals to help this forward bend. Inhale, look up again, straighten out your back. Exhale, reach again. One more time. Inhale. Lift up. Exhale. Reach. Slowly work your posture back up to center. And that same awareness and engagement that you are bringing in through the shins, through your quads, I want you to bring that tension and strength into the abdominals, into your pecs, into your shoulders and back, and see if you can activate every little muscle in your body, including the shoulders, biceps, the triceps, the forearms, even the fists are balled up. I am tight everywhere, engaging and creating awareness in my entire body. Keep it strong and tight as you work your way back, slowly, controlled, still mindful of your breath, working through the core, through the trunk, to slowly work your way back into our final pose, Shavasana. Yes. Keep breathing here. Keep your whole body tense. Everything is engaged. I'm slowly working my way down onto my back. Really taking my sweet time. I'm shaking. Everything is strong and lit up right now. And as slow as possible, once you start to feel the lower spine making contact with the floor, see if you can go one vertebrae at a time, keeping the body engaged until you've rested your head. Keep fighting here, keep working. Once you can feel the back of your head make contact, slowly lower your hands down and release the tension. Take a few cleansing breaths here. Now take a moment to adjust yourself in this corpse pose and find a position where you can rest for a couple minutes without any movement after you find that comfortable position. Bring your breath back to a regular, normal cadence. Take a moment to close your eyes and allow your body to let go and rest. This posture in Shavasana is a lot like charging our phones. If we continue to use it while we're charging, it will never fully charge. So take your time getting comfortable enough to stay here for a moment in stillness. Just let go.
Start to come back to your breath. Inhale and exhale. Start to come back to your physical body. And slowly begin to move your toes, move your fingers, rotating your neck softly side to side. Inhale your arms over your head. And exhale, bringing the knees up towards the chest. Grab your knees, slowly walk your body side to side, massaging your lower back. Moving slowly to the rhythm of your breath. Start to make your way to your side in fetal position. Take a moment here just to rest. Take a deep breath in, long breath out. And using your arms, slowly push yourself up. Keeping your eyes closed if you wish. Working your way back into a seated position. Grounding through your sitting bone. Lengthening the spine. Bring your hands to heart center. Taking a deep breath in through your nose, long breath through your mouth. Let's try that again. One more time. Bow your chin into your chest as we take a moment of gratitude for the sun rising once again and for being able to come onto our mat to practice. And we cherish and honor this practice daily so that it can remind us to live life intentionally and not just habitually. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you around. Happy Easter, everyone.